Jenny McCarthy Show. Oh!
Welcome back to the Jenny McCarthy Show. I'm Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg. Love him or hate him, I love him. We go way back. I can actually say he's a friend of mine. And not many people can say that in Hollywood. Perez Hilton, welcome back to my show.
I love that you're Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg.
I am. I'm so proud to be Mrs. W.
You know, I'm so inspired by you. I tweeted recently about that new Fox show that you're a judge on, and I love that. Like, you know, I'm just feeling old, and like it's like God. I love that Jenny's been around 3 decades and done so many things and continuing to do so many different things and cool things.
You know what it is? It's a choice. And you just have to decide to do it. I think a lot of people, you get so beat up in this business. And one of the things that I remember you interviewing me at your house was about staying relevant. And it's not easy thing to do.
No.
But you know what helps? Motivation.
True
and
that.
It's so true. As soon as you start having kids and you're like, wait a minute, I got to feed these fucking babies. Then you know.
Well, motivation/anxiety. Kids gave me anxiety, that's for sure.
I wanted to bring up, start with your babies, because I literally stalk Perez, you guys. He makes the most beautiful babies I've ever seen. No offense, Evan. I think you're adorable. But his babies are, I mean, literally, how many times have I commented on your?
And I love being a dad. I wish I could have a 4th and final, but I don't have that FU money to have a 4th.
No, I think I said to you, I'm like, literally, I had to do one and done because I didn't want to have anxiety about how I'm going to help pay for everything.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm like getting by with one with special needs. So I'm like, fuck that, one and done. But you're such a good dad. You are a hands-on father.
Well, I feel blessed that I have a job where I could work from home, and I do many different things. And when I do go away, it's not for that long. Like I've been in New York since Monday, and I'm back to see them later today. They're all in Vegas. So my mom's really happy. She loves to gamble, so she's having the best time in Vegas. And I love it too.
Let me bring up why in Vegas.
Yes.
Chippendales guest host at the Rio in Las Vegas. I love that you're doing this. Tickets at chippendales.com. We had somebody else in here who was the last host, and I just got such a kick out of the fact that you're hosting it. Like, how do you not like go into a sausage fest and want to grab every sausage that you see?
Well, because most of the guys are straight, and I'm not one of those. Like almost all of them.
Who are you talking to, girl?
I'm not. There's, I think, 12, and only 1 is gay.
Okay.
Maybe some of them are gay for pay, but they don't date guys. Like, they date girls. All of them except for 1.
I find that, you know what, I would believe more that they'd be fluid than anything.
No.
Today's generation.
Or maybe they're keeping that hidden from me. There's only 1 that I know of.
I can't even believe that. I thought for sure. But I guess maybe not. Because if I was a gay guy that looked like that, I would go dance in a gay bar. Not necessarily in front of a bunch of women.
Yeah. But it's great for me because, you know, there's no temptation. Like, I'm not one of those gay guys that gets off on trying to like convert a straight dude.
No, you're not.
I don't like that. I like easy.
Yes.
I want it to be easy.
How long are you going to be doing it for?
I've done it for 2 weeks, and we're there another 4 more weeks till September 2nd.
Oh, how fun. So then what is
Come see us if you're in Vegas.
I want to. I absolutely. I think I actually have to go there at some point soon. So Chippendales guest hosting at the Rio up until
September 2nd. And it's so fun. And actually, I made, like you, I'm a hustler. And I don't want to wait for opportunity to come to me. So I like to create opportunity.
That's correct.
So I got an email. You mentioned the last one. I think it was Tony from Dancing with the Stars, who was the last celebrity host at Chippendales. So a few months ago, I got an email from the publicist letting me know that he was doing that. And I had, as Oprah said, an aha moment or a little light bulb go off in my brain and said, I should email him back, the publicist, and say that I want to do that. So I did. And the publicist was like, that's a great idea. Let me run it by the team. And he ran it by the team, and here I am.
I'm telling you, when I said that it's a choice, that's exactly right. You have to look for opportunities and then take them as they come.
The only thing that's not a choice is which is another reason you're inspiring to me, is you found the love of your life And it didn't happen when you were in your 20s or 30s. So I'm 40 now, and I'm hoping soon it comes. I'm waiting for that. That's the missing piece of the puzzle.
You know what I tell people who come up to me and say, how did you remain calm until you were 40 when you found Donnie? I think it was 41 even. And basically the truth was I kept thinking that the universe was still cooking him. And by saying that, I raised my bar finally. And someone had to reach that bar, and that was a higher bar now. So I knew that God was cooking someone, and because they weren't quite done yet, because they had to meet me at my level, because I kept downshifting myself in relationships. And I'm like, no more. So for a year, I was with no one. And then I trusted that the universe would come, and ding, 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 the oven was done, and there came Donnie.
It reminds me of something I read recently from Michelle Williams, the actress, not the one from Destiny. Well, the one from Destiny's Child is an actress too. The one that was with Heath Ledger. She's on the new issue of Vanity Fair on the cover, and talking about getting married and how that was a secret, and she revealed it in the magazine, and she said that she doesn't really talk about relationships. She doesn't, but that this new husband of hers was important enough for her to talk about. And the one thing that really struck me, and then I started crying when I read it, she's like, don't settle. And I'm like, that's what I needed to hear.
It's 100% true. I mean, that's why I said I'm raising my bar, because you know what I would do, Perez? I would go on, and this is a thing that my therapist made me do. She said, you have this amazing ability to bleach red flags white. Oh. So go on 30 dates, just 30, and say yes to everybody. And literally don't go on one. Doesn't mean you have to date them forever. And see if you can catch the red flags and come back to me after each one. So I go on a date, and I was able to then learn how to spot. Like someone would say this to me on a first date: I don't really like kids. Okay, now that is a giant red flag. Yeah. You want to hear my justification in my head? This is what my old Jenny would say. Well, he hasn't met Evan. Oh. He hasn't met the most wonderful kid in the world. So I would immediately try to bleach it white. You know what I mean? Or like someone has some type of issue. Well, my love will heal his wounds. It's like that constant justification, or no, that shit has to end. That's where we settle. Yeah. And you say no more.
And also for me, I had my parents as the best role model of what a healthy relationship should be like. It was almost too good. Like my mom and dad never fought, which is wild and rare. And not only did they never fight, they more than loved each other. Like they worshipped each other. Oh, wow. Worshipped. Like my mom's, like I've called my mom out on this. I'm like, you loved and still love my dad more than my sister and me. My dad passed away a long time ago. And she's like, yeah, I did. And I don't know if that's effed up or if it's great. I think it's a little of both.
You know what? That's actually a wonderful topic to discuss, because we tend to put our kids first. And I think, of course, who wouldn't? And when I met Donnie, we both talked about how if our love must come first in the house, and then everything else in the house will follow that love. They have to see this magical, head of the household really passionately loving each other to see what it looks like. You do have know what it looks like. The problem is your guy just isn't cooked yet, Perez. That's it.
I'm patient. I'm not really. I am patient. I mean, I haven't been in a relationship since 2010. It's depressing. I haven't even had sex since 2016.
Okay, that's okay though. Well, that is a long time.
That's a long time, especially in gay years. That's like a decade. Since no sex is 2016 for gays. Gay years are dog years.
Perez, but you know what though? You've had a good excuse. You've had children.
Yes.
And anyone that have babies, and you're raising them with your mom.
Yeah, she's
God
amazing.
Bless her.
Thank her.
She's amazing. There's no one better than your mom to help raise your babies.
Yep.
You're the surrogate. Is there any connection where you'll ever keep in touch, or if the kids ever want to see this?
Well, there's two. I had a surrogate and I had an egg donor. The egg donor was anonymous. So she doesn't know who I am. I don't know who she is. And the surrogate, I did keep in touch with all of them for a while, because I did have them each donate breast milk for a while.
Oh, that's smart.
So that was really kind of them.
It is really kind of them.
Yeah.
And do you ever wonder if the kids want to meet them someday?
If they want to, I'm open to it. Like, one of the cool to me, it's cool, and I like this. It's so wild, the whole process. In LA, the surrogacy agency that I used gives you this option of buying out your egg donor. Meaning, if you pay enough money, your egg donor then will not donate eggs to anybody else. And I purposefully did not want that, because then in the future, when we have my kids already understand that their family is different because I've already explained it to them. And the way I explain it to them is, every family is different. And yours is different because, look, your grandma lives with you. And most grandmas don't live in the same house as the kids. So, by not buying out the egg donor in the future, when I have a more intricate conversation with my son and daughters, I could say, this woman may have donated eggs to 30 families. So there might be 30 people that are biologically related to you. That doesn't mean that these 30 people are your brothers and sisters.
I kind of really think that's genius of you.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I would love to
I would agree.
know. I do. I think it's genius. I mean, I think about my dad in Vietnam. God knows how much he spread his seed there. I might have half sisters in Vietnam. But I mean, to have that and give them that possibility, I think it's a beautiful thing. You never know, especially with health-wise.
Yeah. I mean, I'm open to it. Like, I know I'm a great dad, and
You are.
Being a great dad means, supporting your kids in whatever they want to do. I will support my kids in anything they want to do. And anyway, ... There's only one thing my kids could do that I would not support them and would not be proud of them. That's if they were lazy. I will not support or tolerate lazy kids.
Oh my God, we are the same. This is why I think I like you so much. That is, do you know what? If people say, what's your number one pet peeve? It's laziness.
Yes.
I hate it. I despise it. That would be like one of the biggest turnoffs by any guy, and especially like my son. You're not getting away with laziness.
Wait, I just had another aha moment, like an idea. Because I had an idea a long time ago. I think we were having dinner in New York, and I told Donnie an idea, and then it happened.
Exactly.
About TLC opening for them.
100%.
New kids need a residency in Vegas.
I'm
sure it's been
discussed,
but like a regular residency. Like they've done like spot dates, like or mini ones, dates. But they need like a full-fledged long-term residency.
They've been offered that, and someone won't. I don't know if I want that to happen.
Why not? It's easy.
You know what?
Because it's not like they're going to do more than like 20 shows a year.
True, but you have to understand, and now you'll really get it. A lot of these people, like big like singers, they can't sell out arenas anymore, like back to back. New Kids on the Block every year. They sell out every arena in every city, 2 cities. I mean, double nights. I mean, not many artists can do that anymore.
True.
So a lot of the times people go to Vegas,
but it's easy. It's easier. Like, you don't have to do all that traveling.
True, but while they still got it,
all right.
Say, keep touring. But I have to give you props, and Donnie did.
Yeah,
Donnie, when he booked TLC, he goes, I gotta tell Perez, he totally gave us this idea.
Well, I did go see New Kids at the Hollywood Bowl, not this summer, but the summer before. And I'm all about being honest. I used to be a Joey Mac girl, but I am now a Donnie girl because he brings it. He upped his game. I'm like, it's all about Donnie now.
It is. He's got the sexiness and that he just the word is bring it.
And he works hard, and I appreciate as a hard worker. Like, I love that he's do everything. Even like when he was backstage and changing, he was still like, giving the audience a show backstage on the camera. Like, such an entertainer.
And that bubble butt, he would die. That marshmallow that
Wait, tell me about your new show. When does that start? The Fox show.
Your show. The Mask show starts in January, which is
okay. So it's a while now.
It's insane. I had to say yes. My agents actually tried to talk me out of it.
Really?
because I get offered shows and they're very picky because they're like, no, you're going to go for one that's going to work. And this one, they're like, you out of your fucking mind? I said, no. You don't understand. I can smell something that works.
Well, it's a proven format in other countries also.
Exactly. And you watch it with your kids. You can't, it's like a car accident. Like,
I love that Nicole Scherzinger's on it as well. I gave her. I love sharing and I love giving people ideas. I told her an idea that I want her to do because she has such an amazing voice that people don't really know that, because they just know her from the Pussycat Dolls. I want her to do an opera/Broadway album.
I think that is brilliant.
I would agree once again.
See, okay, so why aren't you becoming more of a life coach for celebrities?
I should. I don't know.
Honestly. Let me plug your thing again. Chippendale's guest host at the Rio in Las Vegas. You guys, he's going to be there through September at chippendales.com.
Yeah, I love it. It's the main reason I was excited about doing it is because the Chippendales audience is my audience, predominantly female, and I would imagine it's the Jenny McCarthy Show audience too. And it's just so exciting for me because that energy of all of these women losing their minds. It's like you may be in your 20s or 30s or 40s, but they all still feel like a teenager on the inside when they go see Chippendales, and it's just the best time I've had in a long time.
I bet you get great reactions like from my audience. What kind of reactions do you get from celebrities when you go to a place that's celebrities?
Well, it's changed a lot. Now I get a lot of what you said at the beginning, like, oh, I love your kids and I love following you on Instagram, which is nice.
Yes, exactly. I want to get your thoughts because you're so good on the celebrity and gossip. So give me your thoughts on the biggest celebrity feuds of 2018, a few of them. Courtney and Kim. The season premiere, Perez, was out.
Are you
of
buying that? It's also fake.
Did. Okay.
It's so fake.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't know.
They've been doing this for over a decade now. Yes, they are. They're just themselves creating dramas. Like, we need storylines for this coming season.
I get that, but do you think when Kim said you're the least interesting to look at, that looked like it cut Courtney?
And she responded on Twitter saying being the prettiest is the hardest or something like that because she thinks she's the prettiest.
Courtney said that?
Yeah.
Well, probably just to get back. But I mean,
well, she's probably the most natural, although she did get her boobs done. Nothing wrong with that.
What about Paris versus Lindsay?
Oh, that made me so happy because it was like old times. I'm like, I love that these two are still going at it.
Right.
And also I love and this is not mean. I'm just realistic. It'll probably flop. Lindsay has a reality show she's doing with MTV, but at least she got a paycheck out of it, so good for her.
Exactly.
And she's still working. Good for her.
Paris is still working too. It's crazy.
Yeah. Although I still think it's hella weird that Lindsay's living in Dubai and doing stuff in Greece. I think she could work more if she was in America or not. Maybe, her celebrity probably goes a lot further overseas.
100%. She's got probably a lot more respect.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee versus his son, Brandon.
That's sad because, every day when I take my kids to school, I brainwash them. I train them like dogs, and I program them to we have our talking points. Like, these are the 8 most important things in life, according to me. And number 1 is family. And to me, that means you protect family. Listen, I'm all about being real and honest. Like, I'd even maybe not lie for family, but just be like, we're not talking about that.
Like the Lannisters, I would do anything.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. End of story. Like, you just don't do certain things when it comes to family. And Tommy Lee calling the police, even if the son was wrong, you don't call the police on your son. Calling the police on the son, then talking trash about the son and the other son. It's just sad. The fake Kardashian drama I love, but this was real drama, and that made me sad because to me, family is sacred.
Oh, I totally believe that. And you can tell that you live by that just by following. You guys, I suggest highly following his Instagram. If you want to see the cutest babies in the world, and especially if you speak Spanish, you'll enjoy his singing.
It's the Perez Hilton. I have 2 Instagrams. So it's that one, and then the website is just Perez Hilton.
You're the best. Keep doing what you're doing, Perez. Chippendale's guest host at the Rio in Las Vegas. I can't wait to see you there. Chippendales.com. You guys hit him up. Tell him Jenny sent you when you go. Love you, Perez.
Love you. Thanks for having me.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Jenny McCarthy Show. Oh!